Okay, so hello friends. So today I will be talking about what is recall and what is precision. These are the most frequently asked machine learning interview question. So let me start. So we'll understand with the help of an example. So suppose you are asking your grandfather to tell 10 names, 10 names who are his childhood friends. Who are his childhood friends. Okay. And now your grandfather is able to recall on 7 names correctly. Okay. So out of 10, out of 10. So in this case, we can say his recall rate is 7 out of 10, which is 70%. How many out of total, how many he is able to recall? So 7 names he told correctly. So that's where 7 out of 10, that is 7 divided by 10, is equal to 70%. This becomes his recall rate. Okay. Now, if we talk, so this is about a recall. Okay. So now if we talk about precision. So now again, I'm asking him. So tell me the 7 names of his childhood friend. So this time, wait a second. Okay. So this time, he is guessing 8 names. Okay. He is guessing 8 names. Out of his 8 guesses, okay, 5 are correct and 3 are incorrect. But he told all 8 as his childhood friends. According to him, all 8 are his childhood friend. But when you validated, you found that 5 are correct and 3 are incorrect. Okay. So now if we say in terms of precision, then precision is nothing but how precise you are in your results. Okay. So out of 8 predicted values or out of 8 guesses, how many are correct? So 5 are correct out of 8. Correct? So this is known as precision. Means how precise you are when you are making some guesses. So this is known as precision. So how much it will come? Around 62%. Correct? Around 62% it will come. So his precision rate is around 62%. So now you understood the difference between recall and precision. Recall is telling if your grandfather is telling 7 names correctly and you validated all 7 were correct out of 10, then his recall is 7 out of 10. Okay. In precision, now you forget about recall. In precision, if he is making 8 guesses and according to him 8 names are correct whatever he is telling, but when you validated you found out of 8 predicted 5 are correct names and 3 are incorrect. Okay, so how precise he is? 5 times he told you correctly, so 5 out of 8, so that is 62%. This is precision. Okay, now let us understand the same problem with respect to our data set in machine learning. Okay, so suppose data set has 100 observations. Okay, and in that 100 observations 50 are positive classes, positive class, and 50 are negative. So we have balanced class. Okay, now you trained a model on this data set. Fine, and now your model is predicting some values, some classes. Okay, so what your model has predicted, let me write here. Predicted 70 as positive, 70 observations in positive classes and 30 observations in negative classes. This is what your model has predicted. Okay, but this may not be true, right? This your model has predicted. Now, once you validate, you found only 40 were positive out of 70 and 30 were wrong prediction. Okay, 30 were negative. Okay, 30 were negative. And in these 30, 10 were positive and 20 were negative. So this is your validation result. After validation, you found. Okay, so your model has given 70 results as positive, 30 results as negative. Okay, but you actually validated against the real data. Then you found 40 are actually positive, and out of those 70 predicted as positive, 30 are negative. So what you say, them correctly predicted, right? This is known as correctly predicted positive. Okay, and model has predicted these also as positive, but they are actually negative, right? So incorrectly predicted positive. Correct. So this is my actual. Okay, so don't confuse with this one. Your model has predicted these 30 value also as positive. Incorrectly predicted positive, or I say falsely positive. Correct, and this is correctly positive. Then this I will write correctly positive means true positive, and this 30 I will write as false positive, because your model has predicted them as a fall incorrectly as positive. Actually they were negative. Okay, now coming to this result, what your model has predicted as negative values, like 30 as negative classes. Okay, but when you work again validated, you found the 10 are actually positive and 20 are negative. Correct, so here these are actual. Correct, but your model has predicted them negative. Correct, your model is predicting them negative. Then overall these 10 number, what you say, these 10 are falsely predicted as negative, falsely predicted as negative. Correct, your model is predicting them negative, right? But when you validated, you found them as a positive, means your model is falsely telling them negative, but in reality they are positive. Okay, so these we known as, this is known as false negative. Okay, now coming to this 20. Out of this 30 predicted as negative, these 20 are actually negative. You found them 20 are correct. Okay, model has correctly predicted as negative. So then you tell them as true negative. Okay, these actually are negative and model also predicted them negative. Then you tell them as actual negative. Okay, now if I draw them cleanly, okay, then what are predicted values and what are actual values? Okay, then total 40 and 70 predicted as positive. Okay, And how many are negative predicted? 10 and 20. Okay, so this we call as true positive. This we call as false negative. I already explained, correct? This we call as false positive. Okay, just a minute. Okay, yeah. So this we call as false positive, and this is true negative. Correct. So now, if I say how many are, so true positive means truly positive are 40, false negative are 10, false positive are 30, true negative are 20. And this total should be 100. Okay. So like this and this. So this your model has, so these are positive value actually, and these are negative value actually. Okay, out of that, true negatives model truly identified as negative. Okay, and these 30 model falsely identified as positive, but they are negative. Okay, so this is the meaning. I hope this is clear now. Now if I ask you what is the recall here, okay, if I ask you what is the recall here, so recall is out, if I target out only positive values, so out of total positive, how many model has correctly identify as positive. Okay, so let me write it here. So total actual positive, how many are there? 50, right? Model predicted correctly as positive, how many? 40, correct? The true positive rate, and this is total positive, correct? So recall will be 40 divided by 50, that is 0.8 or 80%. Fine, this is clear, right? Now talk about precision. How many observations model predicted as positive? How many are total? Which model has predicted as positive? So this, right? 70. 70 are total, which model has predicted as positive? That is 70. Okay. Out of predicted as positive, how many are actual positive? Okay. How many are actual positive? You can see here 40 are actual positive, right? 40, 30 are falsely positive, right? So 40 is equal to 40 means how precise you are, right? So precision will be 40 divided by 70, that is 4 by 7. What it will come? 0.57, which is equal to 57%, near to 57. Correct? So recall is telling out of total actual positive, how many model is correctly identifying as positive. Okay. Precision is telling how precise your model is. Means out of total predicted as positive, how many are actual positive. So here we divide by total predicted as positive. In recall, we divide by total actual positive. So this is the difference. Okay. So here this is total actual positive. And here this is total predicted positive. predicted positive. Okay, so I hope this is clear. So now let's understand, like in real world scenario, when you look for precision and when you look for precision. Suppose we have two example. One problem is related to your medical domain. Okay, another problem is like in mail spam filtering. Okay, so in medical, so see if somebody is going for a test for a serious disease, okay, and then suppose he is having disease, okay, that person has disease, okay. Here's the problem. Now, if I mean medical test is telling you positive, you are positive, then it's fine. There's no problem. But think if you're so in case of positive, no problem. He will go for treatment. Go for treatment. Okay, no problem. Now suppose your test is telling he is negative, means he don't have any disease. Okay, he don't have any disease. Then what he will do? He will be happy. He will be happy and go home and go home. Correct? In this case, he was having disease and model predicted, I mean, your test predicted positive, correct? So he will go for treatment. Okay. And now suppose he is having disease and your model is predicting as negative. Correct? Your model is predicting as negative means he don't has disease. So what will happen? He'll happily go home. So this is very serious, right? He has disease, but your model is telling he don't have disease. This is a very serious problem, right? And this serious disease, right? He should go for treatment. So that's where in medical kind of problem. So like he is telling us false negative, correct? So false negative is associated with recall. So that's very medical kind of problem where false negative is more important. We want to minimize this. Okay. So where having false negative is very critical. Okay. Very serious. Okay. Then we want to minimize it. That's where we look for recall. Now come to mail spam filtering. Okay. Now, suppose you got a mail. Okay, I mean, for example, you are looking for a job and you are selected and you got an offer letter mail. Okay, you are waiting for the offer letter and you got an offer letter mail, and your model predicted it as a spam. Okay, and now it went to a spam folder. Means it is telling you. I mean, it is detecting as job mail as spam. Okay, which means false positive. This is not spam, right? But it is declaring it as a positive. Okay, it will go to spam folder and you won't be able to read it, correct? Because you don't frequently open the spam folder, right? And you will still wait. Okay, what happened to my offer letter? Why I'm not getting? So likewise, okay. So that's where in these kind of scenarios a false positive is very important. So like false positive should be minimized. So here you will minimize the false positive. It should not identify this important mail as a false positive. Okay, so that it should remain in your main folder. That's where here you look for precision and you minimize false positive. Okay, so like in this way you have to identify like what problem is, I mean where your recall is important and where your precision is important. So you can keep in mind like in false positive we have p, that is positive, and precision also p. So whenever you try to minimize false positive you go for precision just for memorizing purpose, and other one is like false negative, there we look for that is recall. Okay, so that is all about precision.